Welcome to this ASP.NET tour of membership and roles. If you've built web apps in the past, you've probably spent a lot of time adding your own username and password system to your site. Well, now you don't need to, because with ASP.NET 2.0, you can secure your app with this built-in password management system called membership, and you also get a bunch of UI controls for helping your users log in, recover passwords, and register for your site. So let's start by creating a new website. Now this website is going to be based on a template that I previously created from the Master Pages video. This is simply under Visual Studio 2005, under Templates Project. There's a zip file right here, masterpages.zip. And as you'll see, that's just a simple collection of a couple pages that I've already populated to make this demo look a little bit better. So I'll call our new project Membership, because we're going to be talking about how we manage members in a website and their roles. What I have here, what's important here is this web config file, which is empty, or there's not a whole lot in it, a style sheet, a master page, and these pages are all blank. So let me show you. Our default page is just a simple content page. But because I've already wired it up in the previous video to a master page, if we view this thing, you're going to see that it's just a placeholder ready to go. Now what we're going to do in this video is populate some of the things like login and create an account and things like that. So let me close that. We'll start first by jumping into this new site, using this new button right here, the ASP.NET configuration. By clicking on that, we're going to go to a page that's provided for us automatically to administer our site. We are just concerned with the security tab. Now in here, we're going to do a couple of things. Right now, the site is set up to support your basic Windows authentication. So let's change that to work with the authentication that you would expect on an internet application. So the kind of user password things that you would expect. So we'll switch that over, and let's do a couple of things here. We're going to enable roles in our site. So roles are like groups of users. And I'm going to create a couple of simple roles: an administrator role, I always have trouble spelling that. So we have administrators, and we have basic users, and maybe we have another role called power users that can do special things on the site. So there we have three basic groups of users. Now I'm going to create my first account to kind of bootstrap the whole process, and this will be for me. And you have to have a pretty strong password. So a combination alphanumeric and punctuation. I'll put myself in the administrators and users group, and we'll set up an email address. And the security question, this is kind of neat. Favorite color, I'll put blue. Okay, so we have our first user. So at this point we can close this site and go back to our project. Now watch the change here when I hit refresh. We have a new folder here called app data, and inside is an Express database, ASP.NET DB, that was created for us automatically. And it's inside here that ASP.NET automatically manages our users and our accounts and roles. In fact, if I go into the ASP.NET membership table, I just want to show you what's in here. You don't normally have to deal directly with this database. But my account here, Scott at Vertigo Software, you can see there's my color, my question, and my encrypted password answer. Over here is my password, and you can see it's salted. So this indicates to me it's a one-way hash, which is nice. So this is a pretty secure system right out of the box. Now what's better though is using that database is very simple. We're going to start by going back to our default page, and let's go to design mode. And I'm going to spend the rest of the time using these new components right here. So because this is the default page, it's the site that everyone hits, you're going to hit it when you're not currently authenticated. So what we want to do is present the user with an option to log in and maybe have their, maybe even also to create a new account. So we'll do that here. Now I could just start typing, you can log in here and then drag a hyperlink over. But the problem is when I go back to this page when I'm already authenticated, I don't want to re-log in. So I need this control called the login view. Now this manages the contents inside this little box here depending on whether or not I'm logged in or not. So the anonymous template is going to look something like this. You are not logged in. We can drag over a hyperlink login, and we'll drag over a hyperlink to, what else can you do if you're not logged in? You can create an account. So those are the two options that we have. And if we are authenticated, we want to say something like, welcome back login name. And from here, you do something like change your password. So I dragged over this component called login name, which is nice because it's going to pull, using the membership APIs in ASP.NET, it's going to pull the username in automatically. I don't have to do anything there for that. So in order to test this login view, we need to actually enable our site to be logged in. So let's go to our login page and set up our login form. Now, as you can imagine, we need a text box and two text boxes and a button. And when they click the button, we need to authenticate and all this stuff. But ASP.NET makes it easy with the login control right here. So I drag that onto my form. I'm basically done. I can go to auto format and change it to, I don't know, professional is good. And let's hit save. And I think at this point, we can go ahead and bring up the site. Okay, so we have our anonymous template, so we can log in. I'll enter the account information that we just set up and log in. Now notice it takes me right back to the default page, and the template is different because it now knows who I am, and from here I can change the password. So far so good. We got a lot of functionality without writing any code yet. So let's go and customize this a bit further. Let's go back to the login page and add a new feature here. So if I bring up the properties for this component, there's quite a bit here. The one I want to show you is this password recovery. There's a built-in password recovery system which has a bit of workflow involved. So we can add some text like forgot your password, and then have a page that you can go to when you forget your password. You can see it added that hyperlink for us automatically. Let's go and build out that page, forgot password. As you might expect, we need another component, this password recovery control. And all we need to do is drag it over. It's going to take care of the rest. We do need to set up the email information though. So under let's see, under the there's a mail. Here we go, mail definition. So we'll do something like this is from no reply at software.com, and maybe make the priority a high priority. And the subject is forgot or your new temporary password. That's good. Now if we try to use this page right away and send a password back, it's not going to work because we have to change a setting on the website. So let's go back to the website administration. We have to tell it where our Exchange server is, or our SMTP server. So if we go back to security, actually we need to go to the application configuration area and set up the SMTP server. And here it's just Exchange 01. We'll make it from save that and close the page. Now I think we're all set to go. So we'll go back to our default page, and this time I'll go to the login page, but let's say I forgot my password. So I still need my username, which is Scott, and watch, it asks me that favorite color question that I typed in, which is blue, and that's it. So the password's been mailed to me. So now I can go check it out. Yes, this is my real account. Don't read all my email. Okay. So it should be right here. No reply. Okay, it says return to the site and use this password. So I'm going to have to copy that to the clipboard. Close those two. Now let's bring our page back up. So now I can log in as Scott, and I'm going to paste that password back in. And it worked, which is good. Okay, well, I need to change that password because I'm not going to remember that, and our change password link has not been hooked up. But as you can imagine, that's probably another component. So we go to change password, empty that text, and let's drag in the change password component, save it, close the page, and just kind of rerun it.